Okay, everyone, this is Prof. Gare, and today is, what is today? Anyway, today is Wednesday, February the 17th, and next week is going to be the last major module that you'll be going through before you take your final exam. The final exam is going to be on Tuesday, March the 1st, okay? And I'll give you more about that in class. That's going to be an in-class exam. But what I want you to understand about the module that you're going into now for week 7, all right? This is basically, it's in a little different format because it's a final review. There is a major exam at the end of the module, and what you'll find in this particular module is a mixture of things. There are some videos which I ask you to watch and then respond to in a certain way on your index cards. There are PowerPoints that can be watched as slideshows and reviewed for every single chapter that we covered in the book. There's also the PDF format for each of those PowerPoints for those of you who prefer the printed versions. They're there in a folder, you'll see them. And there are some entertaining videos that I kind of gleaned from other places on the internet. I don't invent everything that I do. I, just like all other teachers, I borrow good work and good ideas. And so there's some good entertaining videos, I think, here that'll help you understand the skills of purpose, tone, and bias. Always keep in mind with author purpose, the question you need to always ask yourself is, who is the intended audience? And that will help you very, very much decide what the author's purpose is. Is it to inform, to entertain, to persuade, to criticize, to analyze? And in class, I'm going to talk about why some books talk about those 5 purposes I just gave you. And then some books just say the 3 main purposes are inform, entertain, and persuade. Some people use the acronym PIE for each of those words, persuade, inform, and entertain. Our textbook goes a little further and says that there are other purposes. And you'll see by the discussion in class this week that it depends if you want to use some synonyms for some of those words. And let me just give you an example that I'll be using in class. If you read something that's funny, all right, the right answer could be the author's purpose was to entertain. But what if entertain is not one of the multiple choices? Because there's a lot of flexibility there when you take exams. I've seen on state exams where the answer is the author's purpose was to humor the reader. Well, if that's the only suitable answer, then you have to think outside the box. And you have to say, well, yep, that's the one to go. You can't be stuck on the 3 or the 5 that the book gives you, because the books are written in a very general way. And if you were to take all 5 of those words, inform, entertain, persuade, criticize, and analyze, and line them up in columns, and look up 5 synonyms for each of those, well, those are words that you might find on an exam, such as the state exam we used to give here at the college. And so that's why I want you to think out that way, because you have to think outside the box when it comes to author purpose. You can't get stuck on just the 3 or 5 that a particular textbook gives you, because, we change textbooks, all right? But you have to be able to think. And that's part of being an active reader. That's part of that whole metacognition that I've talked about all semester, where you have to think, do I know what I know? Or if I don't know what I know, or I don't know what I don't know, what can I do to fix it? Remember, what I call all the strategies we've been learning all semester are fix-up strategies. So this week, you really want to focus on a lot of practice and review. Go to my website if you can. Go to the reading skills page and go to the various skill clusters there, and you'll see that I have links to websites where you can do some practice, some review, some tutorials, some quizzes, nothing that'll count in your grade. Make sure you get the thinking through the test done in this module. Very, very important, because the practice test and thinking through the test are the closest thing you're going to get to the final exam in this course. So I know you've worked really hard all semester, and I know you're ready to take the final exam. Don't sit back and relax this week. Relax after you take the final. This is the week to really put your priorities in order. I'm sure you have already all semester, but if you haven't been doing that, this certainly would be the best time to do that. And so with that, I want to make this a short little pep talk, like a coach to a team. You're going to do well on the final exam if you follow my advice. Review and study. Go back over all your grades in Blackboard. Go back over papers that were graded before and look at which ones were graded low and what was it that you got wrong on them and why. Okay? What was the correct answer? All that helps. And go back and watch some of my flip lessons as well. Remember, you can go to the Blackboard menu here and go to my Vimeo site and get all my flip lessons there. Or EduCreations. Because at this point, you really got to dig down deep for that energy to get through that last leg of this journey. Okay? So with that, then, I will see you in class.